We apologize for our numerous technical issues tonight. We have been trying to live stream all evening. However, due to internet issues, we have not been successful. So we are recording this varsity game, and we pick up with the score tied 10-10 as Uniontown scores their 11th to take a 1-point lead on York here in Game 1 of the varsity matchup. Tonight is senior night here in York, and we do have a video of the senior night festivities uploaded on our channel. Once again, we apologize for the technical issues tonight. We completely intended on live streaming these games.
We're having some layout trouble. Yeah.
York scores. They're down to Uniontown 12-11 here in Game 1 of the varsity matchup as Maddie Rittenauer serves for York. That serve goes out of bounds for Uniontown's 13th point, up on York 13-11. The serve. That serve goes out for York's 12th point, down by 1, 13-12, here in the first game of the varsity matchup. And York ties the game 13-13. And York takes a 1-point lead on Uniontown here in the first game of the varsity matchup, 14-13. Maria Vanyo serving for York. Uniontown scores. Glass comes in for Vanyo and York side. Number 7 goes back to serve for Uniontown. Currently tied between York and Uniontown, 14-14. Uniontown scores their 15th. Now up on York, 15-14. That point goes to York for their 15th point. 15-15 the score now. Ali Elkins going back to serve for York. And York takes a 1-point lead on Uniontown here in the first game of the varsity matchup. 16-15 the score. The serve. Point goes to York for their 17th. 17-15 the score now. Point number 18 for York. 3-point lead on Uniontown as a timeout is taken. York's JV team beat Uniontown's JV team in 3 games, with York taking the first game, Uniontown taking the second game, and then York taking the third game. So after the timeout, York leads Uniontown 18-15 in Game 1 of the varsity matchup. And Uniontown gets the point, their 16th. Number 22 comes in for number 10 on Uniontown's side, and number 2 will serve. York currently leads Uniontown 22-16 in the first game of the varsity matchup.
A lot of people were saying get rid of Gino. I don't think Gino's going to stick around too much longer. Sid will probably go a lot longer than Gino will. Other than that, I mean, you got rid of Hornquist, you get rid of Jack Johnson, you're bringing a lot of youth in. There's going to be money freed up for each other.
And York just scores their 24th point in the first game of the varsity matchup, up on Uniontown 24-16. Kaylin O'Delly serving. And that is in for York's 25th point and a win here in Game 1. We'll be back for the second game. So York took the first game of the varsity matchup. But Uniontown gets the first point here in the second game. Uniontown up 1 York 2-0 in the second game of the varsity matchup between York and Uniontown. Three nothing now the score. Number 14 serving for Uniontown. That point went to Uniontown for their fourth. 4-0 the score now. Uniontown in the lead here in game 2. And York gets their first point in the second game. 4-1 the score now. Uniontown in the lead. Savannah Mans will serve for York. That went out for Uniontown's fifth point. 5-1 the score. Uniontown in the lead. Number 4 serving. That point goes for York second here in the second game. Down to Uniontown, 5-2. Liberty Wilkins serving for York. That was in for Uniontown's 6th point. Number 22 comes in for number 10 on Uniontown's side. Number 2 will serve. That serve hits the net for York's 3rd point. Brooke Krauscher comes in for Kaylee Glesk. Maria Vanyo goes back to serve. York gets their 4th point. 6-4 the score. Uniontown in the lead. That ball went out for Uniontown 7th. Maria Vanyo goes to the bench. Kaylee Gless comes in for York. Number 7 goes back to serve for Uniontown. as Uniontown leads 7-4 on York in the second game of the varsity matchup. And that goes for York's 5th point. 5-7 the score. Uniontown in the lead. The serve from Allie Elkins. York gets their 6th point. Now down just by 1 point to Uniontown in the second game. And York ties the game at 7-7. And York takes a 1 point lead. 8-7 in the second game of the varsity matchup between York and Uniontown. Allie Elkins serving for York. The serve. That goes for York's 9th point. Up on Uniontown, 9-7. That point goes to Uniontown. 9-8 the score. York in the lead by 1 point. Number 20 will serve for Uniontown. York's unable to make the play, so Uniontown ties the game at 9-9. Uniontown takes a 10-9 lead on York. That point goes to Uniontown, their 11th. Up in York, 11-9. But York scores their 10th. Down just by 1 point as number 3 comes in for number 20 on Uniontown's side. Rena Kazemchak will serve for York. York ties the game at 11-11. Number 2 comes in for number 22 on Uniontown side as they take a 1-point lead on York. Number 10 back to serve. 12-11 the score. Uniontown scores their 13th point, up on York 13-11 in the second game. Maria Vanyo comes in for Brooke Krauscher on York's side as Kaylee Gless goes back to serve. Point number 14 for Uniontown, as number 14 goes back to serve for Uniontown. Up on York 14-12. (15-12) the score now. That's in for York's 13th. Still down by 2 points. Savannah Mans will serve for York. There's a little bit of confusion with the sack keeping. But Savannah Mans will serve for York as they are down to Uniontown 15-13 in the second game. And York scores their 14th. York ties the game at 15-15. And York takes a 1-point lead on Uniontown, 16-15. (17-15) the score. York up on Uniontown by 2 points. As that serve goes out of bounds for Uniontown's 16th point. Number 20 comes in for number 3 on Uniontown side. And number 4 will serve. And that goes out for York's 18th point. 18-16 the score. York in the lead by 2 points as Liberty Wilkins goes back to serve for York. There's York's 19th point. 19-16 the score. And that's in for York's 20th point. 4-point lead on Uniontown as Uniontown takes a timeout. So following the timeout, York is up on Uniontown 20-16. In the second game of the varsity matchup, York took the first game. Wilkins with the serve. And that goes for Uniontown's 17th. Number 22 comes in for number 10 on Uniontown's side. And number 2 is back to serve. And Uniontown hits that backwards for York's 21st point. And Brooke Krauscher comes in for Kaylee Glesk on York's side. Maria Vanya will serve. That serve goes out of bounds. Uniontown scores their 18th. Vanya to the bench. Glesk back in. Number 7 will serve for Uniontown. That drops in for Uniontown's 19th point. 21-19 the score. York in the lead here in the second game of the varsity matchup. And York scores their 22nd point. 22-19 the score. York in the lead. Allie Elkins will serve for York. That serve hits the net for Uniontown's 20th point. 22-20 the score. As number 20 goes back to serve for Uniontown. That hits the net for York's 23rd point. Number 3 comes in for number 20 on Uniontown's side, as Rina Kazemchak goes back to serve for York. York sitting with a 3-point lead on Uniontown, 23-20, 2 away from winning the second game. And Uniontown hits that out of bounds for York's 24th point. Now just 1 point away from winning the second game after winning the first game. The serve from Kazemchak. And that's hit out of bounds for York's 25th point, and they have won the first 2 games. And we'll be right back for the third one. So after winning the first 2 games of the varsity matchup, York will serve first. Savannah Mann specifically serving for York, as Uniontown hits it out for York's first point and the first point of the third game. York looking to sweep. The serve from Mans. Uniontown scores their first point of the third game. One the score. And that ball hits the net for York's second point, up on Uniontown 2-1. Maddie Rittenauer back to serve for York. That ball is out for Uniontown's second point, tying the game at 2-2. As number 4 goes back to serve for Uniontown. And Uniontown gets their third point, up on York 3-2. Vanyo tips it over the net for York's third point, tying the game at 3-3. Brooke Krauscher comes into the game for Kaylee Glesk, and Maria Vanyo goes back to serve for York. Third game tied at 3-3. And York takes a 1-point lead on Uniontown, 4-3. The serve from Vanyo. And Uniontown hits it out for York's 5th point. Five to 3 the score now. York in the lead in the third game after taking the first 2 games. Ball hits the net for York's 6th point. 6 to 3 the score now. York leads Uniontown. And Uniontown hits it out for York's 7th point. 4-point lead for York. Point 2 comes into the game for number 10 on Uniontown's side as they score their 4th point. Number 2 will serve. And that hits the net for York's 8th point. 4-point lead for York. Number 10 comes in for number 2 on Uniontown's side as Allie Elkins goes back to serve for York. This point, number 9 for York. 5-point lead for them. That ball goes out for Uniontown's 5th point. Michaela Mechanic comes in for Allie Elkins on York's side as number 7 goes back to serve for Uniontown. Both Mechanic and Glesk tried to make the play, but Uniontown scores. Uniontown hits it out for York's 10th point, as York now leads 10-6 against Uniontown. However, the serve hits the net, so Uniontown gets their 7th point. .20 surfing for Uniontown. York scores their 11th, as number 3 comes in for number 20. And Kaylee Glesk goes back to serve for York. Maria Vanyo comes in for Brooke Krauscher. The serve from Glesk. That goes for a Uniontown point. As number 2 comes in for number 22 on Uniontown's side. And number 10 goes back to serve. That ball was in for Uniontown's 9th point. York leads by 2. The serve. And the point goes to York. Their 12th. Elkins comes in for Mechanic on York's side, and Savannah Mans goes back to serve. Uniontown scores their 10th. 12-10 the score now. Number 14 will serve for Uniontown. And York scores their 13th. Up on Uniontown, 13-10. Maddie Rittenauer will serve for York. Uniontown gets their 11th point. Number 20 comes in for number 3. And number 4 goes back to serve. York gets their 14th. Brooke Krauscher comes in for Kaylee Glesk on York's side. As York leads 14-11. Maria Vanya will serve for York. We are in Game 3 of the varsity matchup. York took the first 2 games. That was out for York's 15th. 15-11 the score. That went out for Uniontown's 12th. Kaylee Glesk comes in. And Maria Vanya goes to the bench on York's side. Number 2 serving for Uniontown. Ball hits the net for Uniontown's 13th point. Now down just by 2 points here in the third game. That point goes to Uniontown. They're 14th. Number 10 comes in for number 2 on Uniontown side. Actually, number 10 goes back to the bench, and number 2 comes back in. Uniontown now down to York just by 1 point, 15-14. And York gets the point. 16-14 the score now. York in the lead. So number 10 now comes in for number 2 on Uniontown side. Ali Elkins serving for York. And York scores. Up by 3 now, 17-14. Elkins' serve hits the net, though, for Uniontown's 15th point. 17-15 the score now, with York still in the lead. Michaela Mechanic comes in for Ali Elkins, and number 7 will serve for Uniontown. The ball is tipped over the net and out for York's 18th point. 18-15 the score now here in the third game of the varsity matchup. York took the first 2 games as Kaylin O'Delly serves. That ball hits the net for York's 19th point. Up on Uniontown, 19-15. In the third game of the varsity matchup. And Brooke Croucher spikes it for York. York gets their 20th point. They have a 5-point lead now in Uniontown. 20-15. O'Delly with the serve. That was hit out for Uniontown's 16th point. The serve from number 20 for Uniontown. That was in for Uniontown's 17th point. Now down just by 3 points. The serve. And York gets her 21st point. Maria Vanyo comes in for Brooke Croucher, and number 3 comes in for number 20 on Uniontown side as Kaylee Gless goes back to serve for York. And that's in for York's 22nd point. York leads Uniontown 22-17 here in the third game after taking the first 2 games. But Glesk's serve hits the net for Uniontown's 18th point as number 2 comes in for number 22 on Uniontown's side, and number 10 goes back to serve. But the serve hits the net for York's 23rd point. Allie Elkins comes in for Michaela Mechanic on York's side. York is now 2 points away from sweeping the varsity matchup. Number 15 comes in for Rittenauer on York's side. Savannah Mans will serve for York. And that point goes to York. 1 point away from sweeping the varsity matchup. 24-18 the score. Man's serve hits the net for Uniontown's 19th point. 24-19 the score now. Number 14 serving. And York gets their 25th point. So York's JV team won earlier in 3 games. They took the first game, Uniontown took the second game, and then the JV team for York took the third game. And now, in the varsity game, York sweeps in 3. Once again, we apologize for the issues when we attempted to live stream, but we hope you watch this recording. And we'll see you tomorrow for the York varsity football game.